Thanks for listening to English Go Podcast. If you'd like to listen without adverts, read episode transcripts, or listen to extra bonus episodes, please check the description for more details.
Have you ever Googled your own name? Prepare for a shock because your personal info, including addresses and phone numbers, is all out there. It's all harvested by data brokers and sold legally. Aura is a personal digital security service that scans the internet for your sensitive information and provides a full suite of privacy-enhancing tools. For a limited time, Aura is offering listeners a 14-day free trial at aura.com/safety. That's AURA.com/safety to learn more and activate the 14-day trial period.
You know, recently I haven't been naughty, but I've been thinking about doing something which is a little bit naughty. Well, it's not naughty. I shouldn't say it's naughty, but it involves spending money on something that's quite expensive and completely, not pointless, but something I really don't need at all. Like, it's not an essential purchase. It's not an item that's useful, really. So what's happened recently, and I don't know if you're interested in this or not, but I'm going to tell you about it, sorry. Meta, the company that owns Facebook, has released a new virtual reality headset, VR headset, and it's the Quest 3. That's what it's called. And a long time ago, I was really excited by all of this talk about virtual reality. I think it's something that appealed to me from when I was a child. I think I would often imagine, like when I was outside, like playing with friends or just by myself, like imagine that I was in a game and like fighting monsters by like swinging a sword or something like that. And so I think there's like a part in my brain, or I don't know, wherever, somewhere in my body, that thinks, wow, wouldn't it be fun to really do that? And it's still I think that, like something that's left over from my childhood. So long time ago, I can't remember how long ago, when the first virtual reality headsets started to be released, started to come onto the market, I bought one, and it was a development kit. So it wasn't meant for consumers. It wasn't meant for just ordinary people. It was meant for software developers to buy, and they could develop their software on it. So I had one of those, and I played around with it, and it was a lot of fun. And I remember thinking, wow, this is the future. This technology is amazing. And then I upgraded that. I sold it, this developer kit, and I got a proper consumer-focused, consumer-orientated, if you want to be a bit more British, consumer-orientated headset, virtual reality headset, and I think that was called the Rift, Oculus Rift, as it was known back then, or Rift 2. I can't remember. Who knows? Anyway, that thing was expensive as well, and it was a big improvement over the last one. Oh yeah, the last one, that's it. The last one didn't have any controllers with it. This one did. So yeah, it was quite a different experience. And I got that and I thought, wow, this is even more amazing than the last one. And it was, like the screen was better quality and many improvements had happened. So I used it a bit, but to be honest, the problem I have with it is that I don't really play many games anymore. And that kind of headset is designed mostly for games. And at that time, you needed a computer. You needed a gaming computer to use this headset. So you'd connect it. Oh, it was connected with cables, yeah. So you'd put all these cables in, and then there were these like sensor type cameras I had to plug in, and you needed like a really good setup, like a big room, well, I don't know, a biggish room, and I could never quite set it up right, and then it was a bit of a pain, turning your computer on, and I don't know. Anyway, I didn't use it too much, to be perfectly honest. It spent a lot of time sitting in my room collecting dust, despite it being so expensive. And another problem I had with it is I get sickness, like VR sickness, virtual reality sickness. I don't get sick on a boat or when I'm traveling, like travel sickness. I just seem to get VR sickness. I don't know why. And what happens is I can play a game for about 10 minutes and then I notice like my heartbeat is quite fast. Not because the game is exciting. It's just because my brain doesn't like living in this virtual world, I don't think. And it's a really weird feeling, like a bit sick. I start to feel a bit sick. So I normally stop playing after around 10 or 15 minutes. So why am I thinking about buying another one? I don't know. I think there's a part of me that really enjoyed all of that like virtual experience and found it quite fascinating. I think I like just being in that like some virtual reality environment and looking around, probably more than playing the games, to be honest. It's just weird, just sort of stepping into this almost like another world and being able to like look around you and just, I don't know, just notice all the little differences, all the little things that someone's designed, they've made the whole world. But I'm a bit like that when I'm playing games anyway. Like, sometimes, I don't know, maybe you're playing a game and you have to run away from some monsters or something. And sometimes I'm running away and I'm thinking, I don't want to run. I want to take my time to have a look around this world that someone's made, this very detailed world, and take my time and look at it carefully. Because it's sort of, well, it is, it's art. Some of the games are very artistic now. So I just like to sort of get lost in wandering around and looking at things. Does that sound boring? I don't know. Maybe I am boring, but but yeah, often that's one of the things. That's one of the problems I have with games, to be honest. If they look too nice, I can't play them. I just spend too much time like admiring like someone's work. Like, wow, they've done a really good job modeling this car or something like that. I don't know. So that's part of the reason I think stepping into like a virtual world and just being able to look at it and appreciate the different design. But also the sense of scale you get is amazing. Like everything becomes life-sized and lifelike. If you see a character on a screen, it's so different seeing that same character in virtual reality because they have presence. They have this like existence right in front of you. It's a really weird feeling. So I've sort of been missing that weird feeling, but not missing the sickness, the sort of motion sickness, the VR sickness. And I don't know. It's a lot of money. It's, what is it? It's something like 76,000 yen or 74,000 yen, which is about 413 pounds or thereabouts. And I haven't told my wife that I'm thinking about buying this, but she'll know as soon as she hears this podcast, which is regrettable, but there's not much I can do about it. And I'm like I said, I'm on the fence about this. I don't know whether to pull the trigger, as we say, whether to decide and do something about it. Because, like I say, it's completely, it's not something I need. It's not even useful. It's just fun. So I think as I get older, I think a lot more about spending money on things that aren't useful, things that are just fun. When I was younger, when I was like in my early 20s, I was crazy with money. I mean, not really crazy. I've got friends who are a lot more crazy than me. But I was quite crazy. I just buy all like computery stuff and technology stuff, and yeah, so I'm a bit more calmed down about all of that stuff now. But sometimes I still get this urge, like this desire to splash out. That's another phrase, isn't it? Splash out. Like spend some money on something, spend some cash on some technology. And I've been watching like lots of videos on YouTube about it, like learning about it and trying to imagine if it would be good or not. Because the thing about virtual reality is it's still in its infancy. It's still a baby. It hasn't had enough time to fully mature, to be perfected yet. And as you may remember, I talked about Apple's VR sort of headset. What do they call it? They call it spatial computing headset. That's going to be coming out next year. I talked about that on a past episode, and I said I'm interested in it, but how much was it? It was something like £3,200 or something like that. I don't know, which is crazy. Like, absolutely. If I was to buy that, it would be the most expensive piece of technology I have ever purchased. There is nothing I've bought at that price point. The most expensive thing I bought would be my laptop that I have now, which I'm using to record this podcast, so it's a very useful tool. But yeah, that's an insane amount of money. So I said at the time, if I do get one, I'll get like a used one when the prices really come down, or maybe when they release a second version, and then I'll get like a used first generation version. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's something I'm interested in, but it's not really useful, is it? Let's be honest. Virtual reality, it's just fun. And as I get older, I prefer spending my money, like my money for fun things. I prefer spending it on like eating out, going out for a drink, visiting somewhere, just money for travel and food and stuff like that. So we will see. I still haven't decided if I'm going to buy it or not. Today, I'll let you into a little secret. Today, I was on the website and I added it to my cart, my shopping trolley. And I went all the way to the end and I was just about to press the purchase button. And I thought, no, let's calm down. Let's have a think about it a bit more. So I was like really close. I was like a second away from pulling the trigger, from making the purchase. And I didn't. So, here I am talking to you about it. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I will let you know what happens in a future episode. If there's a future episode when I say, ooh, I've just been playing around on my new VR headset and isn't it wonderful, then you will know what decision I made. But until then, I hope you keep listening to the podcast and I hope you keep enjoying it. Until next time, bye-bye.
Have you ever Googled your own name? Prepare for a shock because your personal info, including addresses and phone numbers, is all out there. It's all harvested by data brokers and sold legally. Aura is a personal digital security service that scans the internet for your sensitive information and provides a full suite of privacy-enhancing tools. For a limited time, Aura is offering listeners a 14-day free trial at aura.com/safety. That's AURA.com/safety to learn more and activate the 14-day trial period. Have you ever Googled your own name? Prepare for a shock because your personal info, including addresses and phone numbers, is all out there. It's all harvested by data brokers and sold legally. Aura is a personal digital security service that scans the internet for your sensitive information and provides a full suite of privacy-enhancing tools. For a limited time, Aura is offering listeners a 14-day free trial at aura.com/safety. That's AURA.com/safety to learn more and activate the 14-day trial period.